In 1992, a movie came out called The Last of the Mohicans. It tells the story of three trappers protecting the daughters of a British colonel in the midst of the French and Indian War in the late 1750s. This is one of my all-time favorites, and after rewatching it very recently, I was looking for a video game that would scratch that itch of flintlock weaponry and colonization of the outer frontier, with primeval forests and the sense of deep mystery, freedom and exploration. The day before I'm writing the script, New World Aeternum released its new update/rebranding, and it was something I was definitely not waiting for to release or anything, so it went under my radar. But given I was in the mood for playing such a game, I decided to give it a go, and wow, am I happy I made that decision. New World for me is basically what I was looking for. It's an alternate reenactment of the European colonization of the Americas and elsewhere, with a strong emphasis on the fantastical, since there is also magic and draws from a lot of influences like medieval and even Arthurian legend. So I see the potential that many people might be drawn towards this game for many different reasons. The premise is that you are a settler and you get stranded on a supernatural island called Aeternum. You can pick between a couple of different archetypes that gives you some bonuses, but other than that you basically can wield any weapon you like and do all the trade skills as well. While it is an MMO, solo play is also very viable. Also, for those playing with friends, this game is cross-platform, so console can play with PC and the other way around. The combat and movement feels really good, nice and smooth animations. You can jump, dodge roll, crouch and even go prone. There's also wall vaulting. You can have two weapons at the same time equipped, and switching is really easy. You can do light and heavy attacks, and with L2 I can either block, or if it's a ranged weapon like my musket here, I can aim down sights. But I can also shoot from the hip. You can choose to lock on to a target, but this is not necessary to deal damage, since you can also manually aim and try to go for that headshot for increased damage. So there's lots of weapons to choose from, and using them makes you gain mastery over them and will unlock skills and bonuses to that weapon. My combat experience has been focused on PvE, but PvP is also in the game, but I can't really report on that yet. A big part of the gameplay also revolves around gathering, skinning, chopping trees, mining ore, gathering herbs and so forth. And then there's a lot of things you can craft from what you gather. Besides that, there's also a housing and a lot of options there. I even saw people in town playing music instruments, and you can even tip them. In turn you get buffs. It's just so cool that this mechanic is in the game, and I can see it has a lot of role-playing potential at the same time. Another activity I delved into is fishing, which I love in games, and it's present here too. The mechanic is pretty solid, and it's one of the few times that the DualSense rumble is used for this game on the PS5. Now for the visuals, I can say that they are pretty impressive. It's just so pretty to look at. There is a particular style about this game, and especially the characters have a slight cartoonish look to them, which might not be for everyone, but I'm fine with it. I chose to make a female, and at times I am pleasantly surprised the way she looks in certain cutscenes. I also want to briefly mention though that there is character creation, with a decent amount of options, although there are certainly games that do this better. But what's really great is the beautiful world and environment. The light is also really pretty, with a night and day cycle, so you get treated to some stunning views from time to time. I have only explored a small section of the map, but it's a large island with many different biomes, so I look forward to seeing what's out there. What I think is totally incredible in this game, and they really nailed that, in my opinion, is the sound. First and foremost, I really like the soundtrack, like I mentioned. It does remind me even a bit of the Last of the Mohicans soundtrack as well, coincidentally. But especially amazing is the sound that can be heard while out in the world. So distant gunshots from other players, chopping trees you can hear in the background or in the distance. And then there's also sound echoes Have a listen here while I'm mining this rock. It's seriously impressive. What I appreciate also is that everything is voiced, so no reading dialogue is necessary. Also, the amount of voice actors with all different kinds of accents really shows the multicultural melting pot that Aeternum is, and as well the budget that went into actual voice actors for this game. I also want to mention lastly is that the performance has been really good for me. I play in quality mode and decided to select 60 FPS instead of uncapped, and it runs great. With that, I will leave it here and go play more of New World. I really hope to dive in the more social aspects of the game and maybe join a company, which is the game's term for guild. So yeah, who else is playing this one? Let me know in the comments, and if you have been enjoying the game. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.